excess of $10,000. Many say 20 or 30. I've heard up to $100,000 with some of these high-end programs, and they still haven't cracked the code on this. So when I ask, well, what would it be worth if you could lose 25 pounds on average in just 6 weeks? And they say it'd be priceless, because you would learn the lifestyle and all the tricks and tips and hacks to not only lose the weight, but to keep it off. So if something stressful in your life came up ever again, you would know the secret, that the secret Hollywood insiders have known for all these years, the celebrities, the rich and famous. This stuff has been suppressed by the medical, I don't say the medical community, but kind of, yeah, but by this is just not taught. This was just at one point for rich and famous people and celebrities. I mean, think of this. You've seen actresses and actors that have lost a lot of weight for a role, and the movie maybe prior to that they were bigger, and then you're just sitting there scratching your head going, how did they do that? This is how they did it. This is a derivative type of program of how they did it, right? Now they had somebody like a personal trainer, a nutritionist, a chef, somebody that knew this, somebody really high level weight loss coach coaching them and holding their hands, but that's all they were doing. Like that's not our milieu. We can't have that person that's just following us around 24/7. But with the support and the coaching that we offer and the expert guidance, because people like the idea of that, it's the next best thing to having somebody that's just with you 24/7, essentially watching every move that you make. So there is some sovereignty of what you can do. We're not going to follow you around with a camera, but we have your back. You have our undivided support all through this program, so that if you ever feel that you have a question, you don't know quite how something works, or if can I use this type of salad dressing? Is this type of protein good? Can I have eggs? Can I have tuna? Can I do whatever it is? We have the answer and the solution. We try to cover all that up front, but you're not going to catch everything up front because there's a lot of information. So we take you through this training, this lifestyle-based training over the course of that 6 weeks. And listen, you're going to hit a plateau, most likely. Most clients and patients do. They'll hit a plateau. Imagine they've lost in that first 10 days, so they load for the first 2 days, and then it's usually it's day 3 through 12 that they've hit some type of stall or plateau. But we're looking at that, we're tracking it, and we've guided the person to say, when that happens, we'll come up with a plan specific to your journal. So you're having to do a little journaling so we know exactly what you've been eating. But we can tell you to do something like a steak and tomato day. We can tell you to do like an apple day. We can tell you to do a fat bomb day. Any type of trick, hack, tip that will get you from being stuck in that plateau and help you ascend out of that, the quicker the better, so you don't lose momentum and lose confidence. Because once you do lose momentum and confidence, you've been there and you hit that ceiling, what happens? You try it for another 2, 3, 4 days, maybe another couple of weeks if you're really, really motivated, but you lose willpower. Nothing's happening. What's the point? So you quit, and it's so frustrating. And that's why so many people, when you start talking weight loss, they say, I've tried everything and nothing works for me. I'm the person that nothing works. I could do weight loss with another group of women, and every one of them will lose weight except me. So this program really is for the person that has tried everything. They have a really hard time losing weight for any given reason that I explained earlier, and mainly it's the person that's they just have challenges. They have challenges because they have a slow metabolism. It's been shut down by having 1, 2, 3 children. One of the kiddos shut that weight loss program or weight loss ability down, and the old tricks that they used to be able to do don't work anymore, right? It's maybe they develop PCOS, maybe they have hypothyroidism, they're slow thyroid, maybe they're pre or perimenopause or going through menopause. Their hormones have changed. Maybe they have an extremely stressful environment in their life that's causing that. Maybe they've been put on steroids, like a bunch of rounds of steroids. It could be any number of things that is just burdening and challenging that person from losing weight. So if that's you, then this program is for you, because we've cracked the code on how to accelerate and get you out of that stuck in the rut metabolic situation so you can finally start to lose the weight. So again, phase 1 is the loading phase. Phase 2 is the losing phase, where you're eating, it's time-based eating, and then it's eating lunch and dinner, very specific proportions and varieties of food with the supplementation that you're taking that's going to lower the cravings, particularly for carbs, but just food in general. So it's going to satiate your appetite, and it's also going to increase and enhance your ability to mobilize, transport, and burn fatty acids that are stored within the fat cells, so that you can get into fat burning and stay there. And then if you hit a stall, having all the tips and the tricks and the coaching and accountability to get out of it. Or if you're just having a bad day, because we're human. And I don't know if you've been paying attention, but it's a stressful world out there these days, more so than it was before all of this madness happened with the pandemic. It's never been harder to lose weight, and you probably know that if you've tried to lose weight anytime recently. Many of our patients have tried the shots, Ozempic or Wegovy or Mounjaro, and even those things might work temporarily for them, but they start to feel nauseated and nauseous, and they're having all sorts of GI disturbances, and they just don't like it, and they're starting to get the saggy face with the saggy Ozempic butt. The cost of it is becoming immense. They're looking down the barrel of this gun going, I'm gonna have to be on this stuff forever and feel this way, all for what? And they're done with it. So oftentimes they'll come in and we'll rescue them from that situation, because they're terrified. Like, what's gonna happen when I get off of this medication or stop taking this shot? And I know the oral's not gonna work any better, it's just gonna be an oral delivery. So we'll say, don't worry, we got you. If you're coming off of that, you don't wanna have to be thinking about a lifetime of shots that are just not working that well, because they don't work that well compared to this. For some people that are young and healthy enough, they do work, but for most of our ideal target clients, they don't, because they've been this way with their weight for a number of years, like years and years and years. They're not 32 years old, Kim Kardashian, 35, whatever, had a baby or two, and then it's like off to the races. And someone that has a personal trainer chasing them around all day, telling them exactly what to do. Speaking of personal trainers, you think exercise. Well, this program is not inclusive of exercise. You don't have to exercise at all. You know, if you want to do a little bit of light walking, that's great. If you want to do a little light exercise, that's fine. But we do not want you working out heavy for very specific reasons. It could actually kick you out of fat burning. So if you're the person that has to be in the gym because you're a gym rat, this program is not for you. Or if that person really wants to lose weight, they've been in the gym, they've tried everything, they are addicted to the exercise, because you can become an obligatory exercise aholic, so to speak. I was there once with running, and if I didn't run, I was depressed. And that was because of the endogenous enkephalons, or pain-killing opioid type molecules that are produced when you are exercising that intensely. It's what the runner's high, the workout high. It's very addictive, so we get stuck in that. So if somebody's in that camp, we either modify heavily the nutrition program, and they have to make some concessions. Well, we make some concessions and have some really clear expectations up front. But many times I say, if you're that person, this is not for you. And most of the time, that person's like, I can make some concessions, I can make some exceptions if it means that I'm going to finally lose the weight, because the reason they started that whole bit was to get in shape and to get fit. But what they find is they're just like a hamster on the wheel with the exercise. So I assure you, This is not like you're just going to be running on a treadmill or working out until you're blue in the face. It's not like this. So the third phase with this, so loading phase, first phase, losing phase, second phase. So that's the first 42 days. And then there's another 6 weeks built on the end of this where we're going to hold your hand and re-indoctrinate you and reintroduce certain foods that weren't on this part of these first two phases. We're going to reintroduce certain foods and really lock in your metabolism, your set point, and the weight loss so that it becomes as permanent as possible. Because by the time you went through 12 weeks of this program, you've created a very virtuous habit and lifestyle. And then even after that 12 weeks, we're there for you with a Keep It Off Club to maintain that further. Because here's the deal. It takes 9, 10, 12 months to fully lock that set point in physiologically to where your body remembers that that is your weight. So that if you gain 10 pounds on a cruise, you'll go back to that weight. If you lose 5, 6, 8, 10 pounds because you had the flu or were sick or whatever, well, you're going to matriculate back up to that weight. So it takes a while for that set point to get reestablished. But we're going to do the majority of that heavy lifting within the first 6, and then the additional 6 weeks, so the first 12 weeks of this program. So there's a whole lot more to this, but that should give you the fundamental overview to understand, is this something that's right for you, right? And the other thing I should mention is many people opt in to accelerate synergistically the results with fat loss technologies like laser lipo, what we call non-invasive photobiomodulation, low-level laser lipo. What? We just call it laser-like lipo. You know, it's these special lights, whether they're LED-based lights or they're lasers, that will trick the fat cells into opening up when the fat cells are exposed to that special light on any target area that you have softer, squishier fat. Think about under the arms. Is there softer, squishier fat? Yeah. Under the chin, on the tummy, the hips, the thighs, all the traditional places that you're just like, I don't like it, you know. As a guy, when I get too much weight on me, I get this back bra area that gets fat. And I don't wear a bra, but I still get that there, and I hate it. So I'll concentrate on that area. But anywhere you have softer, squishier fat, these lasers or lights will go in past the skin and into that fatty tissue, that softer, squishier fat, and start opening up fat cells so that for the next day, 2, 3 days, the fat cells are open and they'll start to shrink down and like a grape that's getting squeezed and all the juices coming out of the grape, that's the fatty acids that's inside the fat cell, likened to the juice in the grape, they start to shrink down hundreds of thousands of cells at a time. So each and every treatment that you do is like you're getting, it's like peeling a layer of an onion. Take another layer off, take another layer off, take another layer off, do another treatment, take another layer off. It really helps to accelerate the progress that you see and keep you really motivated with this and all the other benefits you get with pain relief and energy and mood and cognitive enhancement. Skin tightening is the other big thing. A lot of people are worried, if I lose that much weight so fast, am I going to lose saggy skin? And the answer is absolutely not. It's going to make your skin like very tight and toned, and help decrease fine lines and wrinkles. It's amazing for stretch marks for women who've had babies. Maybe it's guys who've been bigger and then they've lost the weight. They have the stretch marks. Works incredibly well for stretch marks, scars from surgeries, procedures that they've had. Cellulite is another big thing, so it works really well at smoothing out the skin because it stimulates the lights when they hit the skin. That is, it stimulates a process of type 2 elastin being stimulated. So it's really the collagen elastin. It's more the elastin. It's the elastic part of the skin. So it helps that tighten up, right? So we don't want you to end up with loose, saggy skin. You don't want to end up with loose, saggy skin either. So really, we're dealing with either supervised weight loss, which works really, really well by itself, or laser lipo, which works really, really well by itself. Disclaimer there is if it's going to take you more than 12 treatments with our highest end set of lasers to lose 25 pounds, then we're going to make the recommendation and say do the supervised weight loss in conjunction with the laser lipo. All right, so really anyone can do supervised weight loss, sans a few people, if somebody's pregnant or have really strict contraindications to doing supervised weight loss program, they can do that. So you can do it remotely or you can do it in office with us. We can deliver it to just about anyone if they're a good candidate and we invite them in. The laser lipo, yeah, we could deliver that to anyone. There are a few little contraindications, certain medications that would make the skin photosensitive or really sensitive to light. Conditions that make the skin very sensitive to light, those are pretty rare. We don't see them very often. Like frank liver disease and frank kidney disease. Right? A woman one time came in with her husband. She wanted to do the program so bad. She said everything was good, it looked good, she checked out, she's going to be a great candidate. And then when I started going through things, I asked her one last time, I said, so, okay, just want to make sure that there's no liver or kidney disease that you have or conditions. And her husband kind of looked at her and says, are you going to tell him? And I'm like, do I need to know something? And her husband says, well, she only has one kidney. She donated a kidney to one of her relatives. I said, it would probably be okay, but I'm not going to be responsible. It's my reputation, it's your health. That's what I told her. And I'm not comfortable jeopardizing either one of those things. So it's in very rare instances that someone can't do the laser like lipo or the supervised weight loss program. So people will do one or the other, but many times they're doing both for more synergistic results. And people go, oh, doggone it. If I'm out of town, then I can't get the results because I can't put the laser lipo together. Absolutely, you can get the results with just the supervised weight loss program. And the great news is now we're doing laser like lipo at home with the home devices that we have. So we have, almost medical grade home devices. They're not quite the same. They're good. But the deal is you can use them every day instead of just coming in once a week. So we'll make up with intensity, with frequency, because you're doing it more often at home. Does that make sense? So you can do the devices at home, and we'll show you how to do all of that stuff. So I hope that helped explain how we do things. I know this has been a long recording. If you're still watching, it means you're the type of person that's serious about getting the results. So if you would like to get on a personalized consultation call where we can really learn about you and your targets and your goals to find out if you're a good fit for our office and if we're a good fit for what you need and what you want and desire, well, then we'd love to do that for you. So we're going to provide some information so we can have you look and see if you want to schedule that consultation call. And with that, we can get a heck of a lot of clarity if what we have works for you and your targets and your needs. And if it does work, we'll let you know, and we'll let you know what program. We'll give you options, and we'll give you the budget that fits you with lots of options there as well, right? And listen, if it's not going to work for you, we'll know pretty darn quick, and we won't waste your time, right? This is the last thing we want to do is bring you into a program we know is not going to work for you and have to be dealing with the headache of going, why did we take this person on? Trust me, many, many years ago when we first started doing that, we learned quite quickly through practice that that's not, we can't just take everyone. They have to be a very specific type of individual. So we'll know that quickly, and if you're a great fit, we'll let you know, and we'll give you all the options so you can get going and get your weight loss journey amplified. If you're not a good fit, we'll let you know that as well. But just imagine how much better life would be if you could lose 20, 25, 30 plus pounds in just 6 weeks, and then learn the lifestyle to keep it off for a lifetime. You'll gain those tools, and you'll be able to teach them to your family, to your children, to your grandchildren. And you'll own those principles that'll never change for the rest of your life. If that's something that sounds good to you, let's get on a call and let's see how we can help. Dr. Shane signing off. Hope to talk to you soon.